What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ty from Ty Drives, and sitting before us is the updated 2025 Cadillac CT5. And this is the premium luxury trimable, and it's got quite the color combination and options. So we're going to check out all the new features as well as the existing features that carried over from 2024 in this car. Now we're going to start off with the exterior. Pop the hood, pop the trunk, check out the rear seats, and finally the front seats too. And if you're looking for a test drive in this car, I have filmed that as well, so you can either wait to the end of the video where I provide a link for it, or you could check out my channel Ty Drives for that test drive video. So let's get on with the features. Now we're going to start off up front where we could see most of the changes for 2025. We have all new headlights, which are kind of these waterfall effect like Cadillac has been doing, kind of their signature move. And we have these two bulbs kind of front and center for your high and low beams. Then we also have a pretty cool sequential turn signal, and everything you see up here is all LED powered. Looks very nice, all illuminated. Now we do have the Platinum package on this car, so it's absolutely fully loaded. You can see parking sensors all the way across the front bumper. And also a new grille, kind of looks like it's more sleeker, has a little bit, has chrome surroundings, and a little bit of chrome in the center of the grille too. And right underneath the Cadillac crest, we have the front-facing camera and some glossy black down towards the bottom. A little bit of glossy black accents on this car too. The hood is pretty straightforward and kind of slopes down into the front bumper. Kind of a longer design for the hood, and we have these beautiful optional 20-inch wheels. It's got the machine face of the wheel, and really good looking wheel for this car. 255/35 is the measurement on the tires. Now on the fender we have the Cadillac crest, and we also have quite a bit of chrome going down the side of the vehicle, so surrounding all the windows is chrome. We have chrome accents on the side mirrors and also on the door handles. You can see the beautiful metallic work in this paint color, and it's kind of like a purple, kind of like a dark purple color with a red metallic in it. Very cool color. It is called Midnight Sky Metallic. Wrapping around so that you can see the other side of the mirrors, we have the blind spot warning. We also have LED turn signals and cameras underneath for the 360 camera system this car has. We do have smart key entry on both the front door handles with a little Cadillac logo. You just tap right there to lock it and put your hand behind the handle to unlock it. And you also have an LED strip right here for at night. Take a quick glance at the window sticker. We can see we have a $59,210 sticker price. We also have the Sedona Sauvage interior, which I am an absolute sucker for. One of the nicest looking interiors, in my opinion. We have the Platinum package for $67.95, all-wheel drive for $2,000, the 20-inch wheels for $800, and the Midnight Sky Metallic paint color for $625. As you can see, again, lots of chrome on the side of the vehicle. We have the shark fin antenna, which also houses your rear view camera mirror. And towards the back, we have pretty much the same LED taillights as before. Looks very good, all illuminated. So LEDs for the taillights, turn signals, and the brake lights. Parking sensors back here. We also have the reversing camera and your trunk release right below the Cadillac crest. We have the CT5 all-wheel drive and 350T badging, which means we have the turbocharged 4-cylinder under the hood. We also do have some pretty cool looking exhaust surrounds. Now before we go any further in this video, I'd like to give a huge thanks to Blaziest Cadillac of Waterbury, Connecticut for providing this beautiful vehicle for filming today. And I want to ask the audience, what do we think of the slight redesign on the 2025 Cadillac CT5? Let me hear your thoughts in the comments. Now, under the hood of this particular CT5, of course, we have the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, and it's good for 237 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque, which is enough to scoot this car along. We did get an acceleration clip in our test drive video, so make sure you check that out. It's all hooked up to a 10-speed automatic with your choice of rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Now, as you can see, there's quite a bit of space under the hood with the 4-cylinder under there. That means there's room for a V6, and they do offer one. It is a 3-liter twin turbocharged V6, and it's good for 335 horsepower, so a nice 100 horsepower or so bump, and 405 pound-feet of torque, so quite the powerhouse as far as torque goes. And we have the same 10-speed automatic and rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Now, the only catch is this motor is only available in the premium luxury trim, and the sport trim is only available with the 2-liter turbocharged, so you can get the premium luxury in either the 4-cylinder turbo or the 6-cylinder turbo. Very nicely packaged under the hood, and quite a bit of sound insulation to keep that unwanted engine noise out, and just a very tidy engine bay. Let's take a gander at the trunk. Now, if you pop the trunk release from anywhere between the trunk lip, the key, or the inside button, it will kind of pop open fully for you, and you have a nice big opening to put all your luggage in. And as you can see, the rear seats will fold at a 60-40 split. We have cargo extensions to this side and a little bucket to this side. And underneath the cargo floor, we have a little bit of storage too that they give you underneath. That pretty much does it for the cargo area. Let's take our first glance at the inside next with the rear seats. All right, our first glance at the interior with the rear seats. As you can see, it's trimmed out very, very nicely. We have soft touch material all the way up top, even in the back. We also have carbon fiber trim, bright work with your door handle, a dedicated lock and unlock button here, and a 15-speaker AKG audio system, which actually comes standard on the premium luxury trim. And first glance at this beautiful leather, take a look at the coloring and the stitching. Very, very nice. Again, I am a sucker for this color interior. It's got to be one of my favorite colored interiors on any car. Now, we do have another speaker towards the bottom and a little bit of storage, and our rear seats are quite nice. We can see we have the Cadillac kind of logo, V logo right in the backrest, and we can also fold down our rear seats with that little latch right there. A little bit of a hindering for the opening, but at least they fold down nicely. And one more thing we can fold down back here is the armrest. The rear passengers are, of course, also treated to a nice double sunroof. And adjusting the seat to a normal, comfortable driving position for myself. I'm about 5'10", so I have plenty of space behind myself. You have pockets on either of the backs of the seats, air vents, USB-C, and 12-volt chargers, and a little bit of a drivetrain hump. So definitely be comfortable for 2 people back here, even though you can fit a third. You have grab handles, coat hooks, and a good look at the sunroof. And what do you say we check out the front cabin next? Okay, so the driver's door panel is much the same trim as out back, so same very nice materials, leather, soft touch, carbon fiber, bright work, all kinds of good stuff. AKG speakers on the upper and lower door panels. We also have 2-person memory with easy exit mode, all of our mirror adjustments with power folding function, and all of our window controls with a trunk release right on the door there. And we also have some storage. Now, you can get a glance at the all-new dashboard on this car, and that's kind of the hallmark feature of this updated 2025 model year car. And we'll get into that in just a minute once we're actually inside. We have an air vent up here, parking brake, gauge dimmer, and below we have our pretty cool looking bright pedals and our hood release down there. Nice carpeted floor mats on this car. We also have the Cadillac crest on the door sills. And one more thing, you can see the little toggle for the powered tilt and telescoping steering wheel. This car really does have quite a bit of features for the $59,000 asking price, and just gorgeous seats. Dimpled leather, nice stitching. As you can see, tons and tons of controls. So we have our normal seat adjustments, including massage and four-way lumbar, which is awesome. We also have thigh extensions that you can move in and out with a little lever right down here. What do you say we hop in, get out of this nasty muggy weather, and check out the inside? All right, and welcome to the interior of this beautiful Cadillac CT5. I'm going to dim down the AC a little bit so you can hear me better. But man, is it a terrible day outside. But we have our key here. So it is a kind of traditional Cadillac key with the crest on the back and all of your buttons on the other side. So we have the lock, unlock, remote start, trunk release, and panic alarm. There's a little button at the side in case you need a physical key that'll slide right out of the bottom of the key. But of course we do have push button start. Car's already started up and it's right back there. But first of all, we're going to start on the steering wheel, which is very smooth, leather wrapped, and it's got some nice stitching on the inside as well as on the airbag cover. Very, very smooth leather. You also have your Super Cruise indicator right up there. All of our buttons for the adaptive and Super Cruise are right down here. So we have the regular cruise control here and our Super Cruise button. We have our heated steering wheel, front collision, and kind of gap adjustment right there. Bluetooth phone and voice commands right on the left side there. If we take a look over at the right side of the steering wheel, it's more or less media control. So we have the skipping back and forth for your presets, the back and forth for kind of some minor adjustments up there on our screen, and the up down for your audio volume. A very attractive looking steering wheel. We even have, take a listen to that, metal paddle shifters attached to the steering wheel. Now behind the wheel we have a couple of stalks. This one for, of course, your turn signals, automatic high beams toggle on and off, and your headlight controls. And to the other side we of course have our wipers and our little kind of camera here that kind of makes sure you have your eyes on the road while you're using the Super Cruise. Now popping up on the camera, I'm noticing, are these little purple lights to either side. Now you can't actually see that in person. It's kind of just a trick of the camera. So in case you're worried about that, you don't actually see those little sensors in person. Now, let's get on to this nice, big, huge screen that goes all the way across, and it's kind of like the hallmark update for the CT5 in 2025. Now, there are two segmentations that are touchscreen. Over here and over here with our media interface. This part right in front of you is not touchscreen. So, but you can adjust to a couple of different gauge cluster views on this side here. So we have our regular gauge right here, kind of a Google Maps view, which is pretty cool. And we also have, that looks really good actually. And we also have a clean view, which is kind of a relaxed kind of looking view. Really only tells you the essentials such as speed, distance till empty, cruise control, and what gear you're in. That's pretty much it. Going back up to the kind of gauge view, that's kind of your more normal with your tachometer, temperature and time, date, your tachometer right there, speedometer, and fuel gauge right there. But if we go over to where my thumb is over here, we can see a couple of different trip settings which you could swipe back and forth. Then you also have a blank, and we also have our heads-up display adjustments right there for rotation, height, and brightness. And then we can just turn the heads-up display off and that functionality there. So pretty cool looking gauge cluster. Now there is one more gauge view that I'm going to show you that's a sport mode, which looks very good, but we'll have to go in and kind of adjust it there. Now up here we do have our heads-up display. As you can see, the cutout on the dash, and that will kind of display various things such as navigation, adaptive cruise control, speed limits, and the current speed on the road that you're on right now. So pretty nice setup for that. And let's get straight over to our touchscreen, where we have kind of like a home screen here with all of our apps. We could go into our vehicle status, which is pretty cool. Kind of gives you an overview on all that good stuff, and tire pressures, brake pad life, all that good stuff, what you could check on. So that's pretty neat. Various things just to check on with the vehicle. Fuel economy screens, air quality, which is pretty cool. We have a couple of Google related apps. Now this is a heavily based Google system, so we have Google Maps for the navigation and all that good stuff. So we have the Google Assistant, Play Store, Amazon Alexa built in, and a couple of other Google related things like podcasts, news, and Google Maps to the other side. Now we could pull up the camera system, which is again a 360 camera, so you can see it right here, top down view. And we're also looking at our front view. Now we can also get a front overhead and a front side, so the front wheels. We could switch it over to the rear camera. We could do the same things, overhead and rear wheels. So that's pretty neat. And there's a couple of adjustments to add your guidance lines in and things like that. We also have wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, which is pretty cool. We have the Amazon Alexa I featured just before, and all of our kind of system settings, which you can adjust the way you like. We also have our ambient lighting screen, which is pretty cool. We can adjust the colors, the brightnesses, different styles, and also adjust it for the driving mode. Very nice. We have a climate screen, which we can adjust the fan speed, temperatures to either side, where the air blows, and a bunch of different settings. Scrolling over, we have a couple of small things such as the Wi-Fi hotspot, also your audio menu right here, which we can click into the Sirius XM. You can see our presets will pop up over here, and what's playing will be right in the center, and you can quickly change your source right there. We also have our Google Maps, which when that populates, you kind of type in a search for your destination. And we also have a phone screen right there, which is pretty cool. So very nice touchscreen and very easy to get used to too. So it's kind of like this long display, nice touchscreen, and definitely big enough. A couple of other small information down at the bottom and some shortcuts down here too, with kind of a home screen, so you could see the radio and the Google Maps there, and it's also customizable. Okay, so with the screen out of the way, we can get to kind of all of our buttons and switches down here, which we have a full array of climate controls, so you can see on, off, right to the very left side, and then we can also have an automatic functionality, where you want the air to blow, your temperatures to either side of the fan speed, our AC recirculating sink, and our defrosters right to the right side. Now another array of buttons down below for your heated and cooled seats, automatic parking assist for parallel parking, which is very, very cool. And we can also turn on and off our parking sensors. You have our hazards right in the center, lane keeping assist, we could pull up our cameras at any time, and of course the passenger heated and cooled seat. Now down here we have a bunch of controls and features going on. So we have a little tray for your key up there, and a couple of different buttons down here for your driving mode. So if we take a look, we are in touring mode right now, but if we switch it down into sport, you can see the gauge cluster changes up. So we get to see a big tachometer now with your coolant temperature, oil pressure, and gas gauge down below. So definitely changed it up very nicely for sport mode. And as far as other driving modes, we do have snow and ice, kind of an individual mode, and back to tour. Very cool visuals too with that kind of adjustment screen there. Other buttons down here, we have our traction control off, auto hold, and auto start stop off, which is pretty nice. A little bit of carbon fiber trim. And of course we have the shifter. So to start shifting, we have a little side button here where my thumb is, and you just want to press that in, pull straight down for drive. And you can bump it down once more to put the transmission into a manual mode. And then pressing the side button again all the way up is for reverse. And again, your parking cameras will come up. And the very top, P is for park. A couple of buttons and knobs down here. The smaller one for your volume, and this one to kind of adjust your touchscreen if you don't want to use it as a touchscreen. And there's a couple of surrounding buttons too for shortcuts, such as your audio and music, phone navigation, vehicle information, back and home screen. So that's pretty cool. We have a wireless charging pad for your phone and a couple of hidden cup holders that you can open up. Little tray right here that goes in pretty deep, so you can put your phone right in there, and a nice soft center console which you can open up from the driver's side. And we have our connections in here for USB-C, regular USB, 12 volt, and a little bit of storage in there too. On the passenger side has a nice carbon fiber trim element, and we do have a lockable glove box with lots of space. It's felt lined in there too. We have a full black headliner, and taking a look up here, we have some pretty nice illuminated visors with some mirrors. Now we also have our garage door home links up here, tap lights, OnStar SOS controls, and also our sunroof controls. So we can open up the sun shades right here, and they kind of simultaneously open up. Very cool looking. And once those are open, you can either slide or tilt the roof. And we also have some other lighting controls up there. One more thing before we end out the video and you guys get to see the test drive is our rear view camera mirror. So you just kind of click the little notch forwards and that'll turn into your camera mirror, and you have a little some adjustments for the kind of lighting and there, zooming and up and down. So that pretty much does it for all the features on the 2025 Cadillac CT5 in the premium luxury trim. Make sure you click on that test drive video that should be popping up right about now, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.